Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy SPX. Before I even talk about this topic once again, I'm really sorry that I didn't give you my full retake about it because there were some technical difficulties on the microphone. I didn't know that uh, my microphone wasn't cooperating right on recording the whole session of the video. I truly am sorry for you guys for this issue. Because I posted my original video and I'm like, okay, what happened to the end? So, hopefully after this video, I can check to see if I got every recording, and then I will post it. You will know if you see this video. So if it wasn't, then I have to redo this video all over again. So, anyways, my deep apologies for everybody out there. So let's get on to the topic. I feel like the greatest Royal Rumble was the most shittiest event ever. I mean, it shouldn't be called greatest Royal Rumble. It should be called shittiest Royal Rumble, because it's like it doesn't really get up to par to some things. For example, it doesn't feel like a regular pay-per-view event that we normally see, because the WWE flew all the way to Saudi Arabia to put up a show. And I mean, it's a great thing that they actually did go to Saudi Arabia and get all the people hyped up, supposedly being hyped up. So realistically speaking, I feel like everything in this fucking match was all like the show, like the matches, the commentating, the unnecessary title of the Royal Rumble. So for starters, let's talk about the matches. The matches were too boring. I mean, every last one of them was boring. It's like they didn't even try to entertain. It's just they got lazy with it. For example, the ladders match with Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Samoa Joe, Miz. It was complete garbage. I mean, it was boring. So it's kind of like at the very last moment, at the point where Finn Balor was climbing for the title belt, and he almost had it. And the next thing you know is Seth Rollins jumped up, climbed up the ladder, took the belt. Not even try to punch or even try to throw him out the fucking ladder. He just snatched that shit like a fucking bird snatching something out of nowhere, I mean, it was terrible. It was too dull. It was too short, and it was worthless, And then you have the Jeff Hardy versus the Jinder Mahal for the United States Championship. It was terrible where Jeff Hardy did the whisper in the wind and he nearly bust his ass, and Jinder Mahal didn't sell it on time. He just, at the very last minute, he actually fell and pretend that he got hit, and Jeff Hardy just pretty much didn't land it on time. I mean, it was not in perfect time. It was bad timing, very bad. So I decided, like, man, fuck it, I'm not even gonna watch this. I mean, surprising enough that Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. And I didn't even see this match, but I mean, it's pointless, I don't even really give two shits about the tag team, because it's boring. I mean, despite the fact between the Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos for the SmackDown tag team part, I mean, realistically speaking, I really think that their gimmicks are a lot more entertaining than the Raws. I would say too is that I didn't even watch it, but it was just all you already know what's gonna happen. Uh, what else was a boring match? The AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura was a complete dud. Um, Usually it's like you have these two great wrestlers who put their names out and build a reputation in both Japan and in the United States, and it's like, okay, the WrestleMania match was pretty decent, but it's never compared to what they did in New Japan. But the Royal Rumble, the shittiest Royal Rumble, it was like very, very bland. It was very, very boring. And AJ Styles did a DQ. So it was kind of like, you know what, Shinsuke is not gonna get the title anytime soon until let's see what will happen on Backlash. So it seems like anything between Shinsuke Nakamura to Finn Balor, it's like they have so many opportunities to win a championship title, but they never pursue it. I mean, with Finn Balor's case, it's different, but in Shinsuke Nakamura, he never even won a title belt, and that's fucking sad. So, idealistically saying too is that the match was garbage. The 50-man Royal Rumble, I mean, it was also a little bit boring too in the beginning, but it was cool that Hornswoggle made a return and Rey Mysterio come back the second Royal Rumble, and pretty much that's all, you know. But what else is another stupid match? Oh yeah, The Undertaker versus Rusev. I mean, I don't understand why WWE bothered The Undertaker to go all the way to Saudi Arabia, excuse me, and face Rusev. And Rusev is not really a big deal right now for The Undertaker's case. You know what I'm saying? He could have challenged somebody else. It would have made a lot more sense if there was like Undertaker versus Braun Strowman or somebody else, you know? It was awful. You know, we haven't seen a casket match since God knows when. It's been a long fucking time. Like, the last time I remember Undertaker doing a casket match was when he faced Mark Henry in WrestleMania years ago. So that was the only time I remember seeing a casket match, if I'm not mistaken. So, excuse me, folks. So, I will say too is that it was pointless too. It was a joke. The commentating was really terrible. They keep fucking up. Like, for example, Michael Cole actually mispronounced Sensei Nakamura's finisher, like Kisaza. They call it Sasaza, Kasaza. What the fuck? Come on, Michael Cole. You should know better. You should have rehearsed and did your homework on Shinsuke Nakamura. So, the commentating was boring. And again, I was going to mention too, it's like there are so many botches. Like, for example, like I said, the Jeff Hardy was terrible when he did the Whisper to win at the very latest moment. Titus O'Neil, he busted his ass and fell underneath the ring. I was like, damn, this. I feel like Titus Neal is getting these L's all the time. Like, I mean, it's not his fault, but the way how he look, it's like he's the biggest jinx in the company. Because every time you turn around, it's like everything he falls into like shitty situations, you know. But yeah, that will fucking put a dent in his career for the rest of his life. Busting his ass. I mean, I don't know how long people will remember this. That shit right here was like, yo, that was the laugh of the night right there. This nigga looked like he was about to go slip and slide, and like he fell and he pretty much fall his ass into the fucking underneath the ring. Like, yo, that was a funny ass moment. So I really think that, you know, like I said, that it's pointless, you know. And the crowds were cheering for more for Cena and Roman Reigns, but back in the home base in the United States, it's like we don't give two shits about Cena nor Roman Reigns unless their fan bases are, for example, for Roman Reigns is mostly girls and let's see, some pussy ass dudes, children, and people from India. So that's the truth about his fan base. And Cena too is mostly girls and children. And also at the point now it's like the Middle Eastern people. So yeah, I get it. They're the faces of the company right now. But of course Vince McMahon has no fucking vision. It's like there are so many people who has a lot of potential, but they're not even in the face of the company, you know. I really think that to my extent too, it's like the title belt was complete garbage. Like, it looks nice, but it's worthless, you know. Like, what is the point on having the belt? Like, I don't know how Vince McMahon was able to spend a lot of money to make that title. I really think, I mean, yes, I'm glad that Braun Strowman is the winner, but I feel like he's a half-ass champion because, okay, from WrestleMania, the tag team belt that he had with that Jeremy kid, he didn't have it for long. But with this belt, it's like, okay, you're the Royal Rumble champion. I mean, what is the point in having the belt? Like, it'd be great if he had the trophy shouldn't be good enough. Like, if it was kind of like the King of the Ring type shit, that would have made a lot more sense. But the fucking green belt, it's like, dude, come on. I mean, I feel like Vince McMahon always make these ridiculous title belts. The Universal Championship title is like pointless to me too, but at the same time, it's like Raw needs a World Heavyweight Championship belt. But again, I miss the old classic World Heavyweight Championship belt. So you already know how fucked up the company is. So it is self-explanatory. So you know, the greatest, like I said, the crowds wasn't hype enough. All they do was like sit there, look around, and that's it. You know, it's kind of like how people in Japan will be watching wrestling, but they're super quiet. So realistically speaking, I feel like it was like a house show. It doesn't feel like a pay-per-view event, cause only shit like this only happens in a house show, you know. And I've been to house shows, you know, and sometimes with house shows, you can do a lot more than when you on the pay-per-view or the brand, the original brand. You know, because, for example, it's like, it doesn't feel, like I said, when I mean it doesn't feel like a pay-per-view event, it just don't feel like it. Because pay-per-view events, they make it more persuasive, even though there's some moments that it does suck. But the greatest Royal Rumble is like a terrible excuse for it to happen, you know, because like I said, there's so many pay-per-view events. Like, realistically speaking, if you wanted to make Saudi Arabia have a show, you could have either at least put a live show, a house show, or the last Royal Rumble, it could have been in Saudi Arabia. Duh. And you got us to watch it on a fucking Friday afternoon, where people were either going to school or going to work or do other things to preoccupy their time or occupy that time. And yes, I know the time zone is a lot different compared to Saudi Arabia and America, but the New Japan Pro Wrestling in the Wrestle Kingdom is more like, okay, we could go watch it like 6 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock at night or whatnot to watch that shit, than just fucking go watch a Saudi Arabia show and y'all doing some botching and doing these pointless ass matches. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I mean, Vince McMahon really is shitting on the people, and the people in Saudi Arabia just eating this shit like it's nothing. You know, no disrespect to the people over there. Like, I really feel like they could have had a better show than this. You know, that's what I think. And also too, I don't even think that they're are more likely as hardcore fans that we are back in the United States. So it's just most likely trying to entertain the kids and just the people who are just now getting into the wrestling. So, I mean, I don't know anybody who's in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how big the WWE is in Saudi Arabia, but it's there, you know. But I really think that WWE just wasted our time, you know, especially, like I said, if it's going to broadcast in the afternoon. Like, yeah, that's a big waste of time. So I don't know if some people saw it or didn't see it, but the ones who didn't see it, it's like, I really think that y'all made a great choice. I mean, I didn't even watch it. I have to wait until I got home and then check it out to see, well, what I missed or checked it out, because I saw the rerun because I had the app. So I'm like, okay, let's see how it is. I know it's bullshit, but I want to see how boring it was. But it really skipped my expectations a lot. But it wasn't just boring, it was terrible. I'm being real with y'all, folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So I'd like to know everybody's opinion about this topic. Please leave a comments on the comment section below how you feel about this match. Like and subscribe to the channel. You dig? SBX, I'm out. Peace.